Welcome to another mini lecture brought to you by thought leaders in their field. We are happy to share some of our ideas in brief and encourage you to get in touch with us for further information on the topic.
Welcome to the mini lecture series of the Bachelor Program Project Management and IT. Graphic Writing for Storytelling. My name is Roland Schuster and I guide you through this lecture. This mini lecture provides a pragmatic definition of graphic writing, an explanation of graphic writing for storytelling, and examples of graphic writing in the context of group and organizational dynamics. The pragmatic definition of graphic writing is simply that it's a combination of text, sketches, and symbols. Here you can see an explanation of a simple mechanical correlation. As you can see, it's reducing complexity and enlarging the channel for the message. The focus within the storytelling is what is happening in an organizational environment and how are the group dynamics with it. Organizational dynamics is strongly related to hierarchical structure. Rank and indirect communication are emphasized. Whenever there is organizational dynamics, the communication is necessarily indirect because there are too many people involved. While in group dynamics, it is strongly related to project structure. There is social connection and direct communication in differentiation to organizational dynamics. These requirements lead to the following points of interest. First of all, the hierarchical structure. So this is connected to rank. This is connected to indirect communication. Second, social connections of the people concerned. And third, informal distribution of power. Here you have an example of a hierarchical structure. There is the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and then one layer of head of departments, and then each head of department has his or her employees. This is an example how the social connections can be between all the people concerned. We have 13 people within this example, and the social connection, if you see a social connection as a communication between two people, then you have the formula n times in brackets n minus 1 over 2. This does mean that in the case we are looking at, we have 13 people involved and there could be maximum 78 social connections, which would look like that. As you can see, if everybody is talking to everybody, you have 78 pairings, which is rather a lot if everybody talks to everybody. And this is probably not the situation that is close to reality. But close to reality, there might be something like that. So you have the formal structure, the hierarchical structure, and then you have some informal distribution of power, which is always connected to social connection. So there could, for example, be a strong influence of the head of department Z to the CEO. There could, for example, be a strong influence of the employees of the head of department Z to the head of department. There could be an authoritarian leadership style of the head of department X. So this means that this head of department makes his decisions alone. And there could be that employee Y2 and employee Y3, so the employees of department Y are friends, which might also have an impact on the distribution of power. Here are some examples of students' graphic writings. In this example, you can see a student expressing a story he told. It was a story about an emotional and loud argument in front of a customer's offices. He depicted it by the drawing you can see on the slide. So this is one possibility for a person to express a certain situation in text as well as by using a certain picture. Another example is that here you can see the student used a combination of computer designed hierarchy and of computer designed pictures of people symbolizing the hierarchy, and he also made some connections, some social connections between the people, and he used different symbols for positive relations, for neutral relations, and for negative relations. As you can see, the variety of options is large. Pretty much this was a visualization of a change in hierarchical and emotional structure over a period of time. So, some rules of thumb for graphic writing. Graphic writing should express your individual viewpoint. It should combine text, sketches, and symbols. It should be as simple as possible but as complex as necessary. It should contain clear, unambiguous signs, respectively symbols. Let's sum it up. Graphic writing is used to document storytelling. So you can prepare your storytelling and write it down by using graphic writing. Graphic writing is the basis for analyzing a story told. So it's the basis how you tell the stories to others and then analyze the story. Graphic writing should cover hierarchical structure, social connections, and informal power distribution. Graphic writing should express rational as well as emotional involvement of the storyteller. Graphic writing is a combination of text, sketches, and symbols. The best advice I can give you is just step into it and try it out. Don't hesitate. Don't think too much about how it should be done. Be creative, start right away, think about your story, and put it into graphic writing.
This mini lecture has been brought to you by the UASBFI Vienna, one of the leading universities of applied sciences of business, management, and finance. Please check out other episodes of our mini lectures and scan the QR code for further reading on the topic we have covered in this episode, or for a quick link to the presenter's profile.